That guy just now seemed off, said the Earth Monkey as they entered the Guardian's space on the 8th level, clearly sensing something unusual. We'll take it one step at a time. If what Luin said is true, our mission ends here at the 8th level. Everyone, keep your spirits up. As soon as we defeat the Guardian here and free the imprisoned villain, we can leave Ice and Fire Island and set off for the Eastern Continent, where we'll eat and drink to our heart's content. Yu Yifeng smiled, attempting to ease the group's growing unease. After all, if morale crumbled, they might fail even before encountering the Guardian. Ha ha ha, the captain's right. Encouraged by Yu Yifeng's words, the group's spirits lifted, buoyed by the promise of victory so close at hand. This level's different from the others, Xiao Yan noted, falling silent upon entering the 8th level space. His vast soul power extended outward, attempting to trace even the slightest hint of the Guardian. Strangely, though, even his formidable soul power seemed powerless here, as if it were being held back, leaving him with a deep sense of frustration. Interesting. I'd been planning to find my subordinate, have him locate the Soul Guardian on Ice and Fire Island, and assist Xiao Yan in breaking through to the Immortal Soul level. But who would have thought the Guardian would just come out on his own? Amused by Xiao Yan's frustration, the devourer of souls within him chuckled. The 8th level Guardian's strength might only be that of a 3-star Do Xian, not overwhelmingly powerful. Yet his soul power truly reached the level of a mortal realm, making him nearly unmatched by any human of similar rank. Moreover, the space here was exceptionally strange, a boundless domain. In a boundless domain, unlike other levels, there were no forests, mountains, or rocks, just a vast, unblemished expanse. This endless space lay steeped in silence and an unending darkness. Despite their progress, Xiao Yan and the others felt as though they were treading in place. Could this be a dead end? After a while, unable to bear the silence, Yu Xiaoya finally spoke up. Oddly, her voice lingered, echoing through the space as if reluctant to fade. Brother Xiao Yan, could I trouble you to scan with your soul power? Yu Yifeng requested, having realized that even with his mid-3-star Do Xian strength, he could not detect anything out of place here. All right, Xiao Yan nodded, feigning a thorough scan with his expansive soul power in all directions. He knew that this space was likely the Guardian's prideful handiwork, so he wasn't in a rush. He also kept his limitation to himself, telling the group that his soul power was restricted might incite panic, which would likely lead to worse outcomes. No luck. This appears to be a boundless domain. I can't pinpoint the Guardian's location, but I can faintly sense it somewhere within this realm, Xiao Yan finally reported. Though he concealed the fact that his soul power was somehow restrained, his ability to detect danger still hinted at the Guardian's position somewhere in this boundless domain. What's he doing? The others, their soul powers much weaker, didn't notice Xiao Yan's feigned efforts. However, Liu Qing, possessing a decent level of soul power herself, sensed Xiao Yan's odd behavior but chose not to expose him. This 8th level is proving to be beyond our expectations, Yu Yifeng admitted, frustrated. After sacrificing the precious Earth Dragon Blood Crystal to recruit a powerful soul expert, returning empty-handed was not an option. Captain, though I can't feel that guy's presence, I have a feeling. I think the Guardian is the same one who beat us easily last time, the one we never even saw on the 9th level. Lei Shi whispered in Yu Yifeng's ear, inexplicably sure of his intuition. Impossible. I don't sense anything at all. My mid-3-star Do Xian level and wind attribute make me sensitive to energy fluctuations. If I can't detect anything, then your intuition must be wrong. And, even if it really is that guy, with Xiao Yan's soul power for defense, if we do run into him, we can still fight him. At the end of his sentence, Yu Yifeng spoke up again. But, Lei Shi seemed to want to say something, but then fell silent. Captain, this space is really strange. I feel that the Do Qi in my body is actually slipping away from my control, slowly dissipating. While Lei Shi and Yu Yifeng were talking, the voice of the Earth Monkey rang out. Do Qi dissipating? Upon hearing this, the others couldn't help but frown and began to check their own bodies carefully. How is this possible? What kind of place is this? My Do Qi is also slowly draining. Mine too. Captain, what's going on? After hearing Earth Monkey's words, the others immediately became agitated, their emotions soaring. Has it started? Xiao Yin and Liu Qing remained calm. Though their do qi was also slowly dissipating, they were not as panicked as the others. You're not afraid? At this moment, Liu Qing walked over to Xiao Yin, who remained composed, and smiled. There's nothing to be afraid of. Every person's life is in their own hands. Although I know that the guardian of the 8th floor is likely to be a very troublesome character, it's still not enough to make me fear him. Xiao Yin quickly scanned the void around them, then slowly spoke to Liu Qing. You're quite interesting, and I have a feeling we'll meet again someday. Liu Qing narrowed her brows and smiled at Xiao Yin. He's made a move, be careful. Xiao Yin said, then fell silent. How is this possible? How is this possible? How is this possible? The next moment, looking at the panicked members of the team, a look of fear appeared on Green Grass's small face, and she kept muttering something under her breath. Impossible. Isn't it always resting on the first 6 floors? How could it come to the 8th floor? It's making a move. We're all going to die. At this moment, all of Green Grass's thoughts were replaced with fear, and she kept shouting angrily. What should we do now? The team of 8 had 4 people already thrown into chaos. The remaining 4, Yu Yifeng, Lei Shi, Xiao Yin, and Liu Qing, exchanged slow glances, and Lei Shi was the first to speak. Looking at the 4 who were in turmoil, a sense of pain and fear seemed to quietly spread in their hearts. Knock them out. Otherwise, if they keep panicking like this, they might be driven insane by the guardian of the 8th floor. Xiao Yin said decisively. Huh. Lei Shi was stunned, unable to react at first. The Hawkeye squad was already weak, and without the protection of Shueyu from the water element and the Earth Monkey from the earth element, their chances of survival would be even slimmer. After all, despite their weaknesses, Shueyu and Earth Monkey's attributes and Do skills provided vital defense. Lei Shi, do it. Knock them out, or they'll only make things worse. We'll get more unnecessary trouble. Yu Yifeng was also quick to make decisions, his gaze moving between Xiao Yin and the panicked members of the team, and he came to a conclusion. Lei Shi immediately made his move, carefully knocking the 4 out, and their breathing slowly steadied once they fell unconscious. Kid, you really have some skills. Seeing how well Xiao Yin handled the situation, even Yu Yifeng couldn't help but give Xiao Yin a thumbs up. At this moment, even Yu Yifeng wasn't as calm as Xiao Yin. The reason they're in chaos is because the guardian of the 8th floor stirred up the hidden fear in their bodies, and with the added loss of Do Qi, it caused this reaction. If we don't stop them and let them continue like this, at best, they'll lose their sanity, and at worst, they'll suffer irreversible injuries. Knocking them out is the best solution, Xiao Yin said calmly. Xiao Yin, little brother, Liu Qing, miss, now that it's just the 4 of us left, the purpose of our Hawkeye squad was clearly to save an evil person. After all, we have our own mission, and it was wrong of me to conceal this from you earlier. Yu Yifeng also knew that those who could remain calm in such a situation were certainly not simple individuals. He had originally thought that Xiao Yin was just a stubborn kid, using his powerful soul strength to do whatever he wanted, but the reality proved otherwise. Moreover, the high-ups of the Holy Court had instructed the Hawkeye squad to escort Liu Qing to the Ghost Realm for training, in preparation for her participation in the Eastern Continent competition. Thus, Yu Yifeng had no choice but to open his heart and state his purpose. After all, they were in the same boat now. I'm not interested in that, Xiao Yin said helplessly. His goal was to gain strength through experience, to fulfill the Devourer of Souls' wish, and to contribute to the future of the Xiao clan. Me neither, Liu Qing said, speaking softly. Next, let's deal with this guy first. Be careful, it's very strong. Not only is its combat power superior to Captain Yu's, but its soul power is even stronger than mine. Xiao Yan's voice was unusually grave. Clearly, this 8th-level guardian was the first opponent he had encountered since reaching the 2-star Do Xian stage, one whose strength and soul power far exceeded his own. Did you find it? At Xiao Yan's remark, Lei Shi couldn't help but speak up. Although this guardian's strength and soul power were above theirs, they were 4 people, and as hunters by nature, They were eager to conquer this creature. I found it, but I haven't locked onto its exact location. I told you, its soul power is above mine, so I can only roughly guess its position. Be careful, it's coming. Xiao Yan's voice shifted from calm to urgent. Liu Qing, be careful. It's less than 10 meters behind you. The next moment, Xiao Yan's gaze swept through the darkness of the boundless space, and he suddenly shouted, Light's protection. Liu Qing, being someone of notable status within the Holy Court, although her soul power was not as formidable as Xiao Yan's and she couldn't detect the mysterious guardian's location, had remained cautious. When Xiao Yan spoke, a halo of milky white light suddenly spread out from her, enveloping her body in a natural shield. Whoosh! The milky white halo formed a protective barrier around Liu Qing's slender form. Bang! 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 Just as Liu Qing activated her powerful defensive energy from her light-type Do skill, a silent, enormous ethereal hand suddenly struck her protective halo. Ah! 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 The sound of painful screams echoed throughout the space, and the milky white light around Liu Qing's body seemed to cave in by 3 meters at her chest. With just a slight further push, it would have struck directly at Liu Qing's chest. This is... As Liu Qing let out a faint cry of pain, the mysterious ethereal attack seemed to pause for a moment, as if the creature had been noticed. Whoosh! A soft sound erupted, and the nearly invisible energy body disappeared once again. It was so fast. Everything happened in the blink of an eye, and before the other two could react, Xiao Yan, who was just about to strike, saw the Guardian's attack end and vanish back into the boundless darkness. Thud. A few light coughs came from Liu Qing's slender form, and the three could clearly see that the light's protection she had activated, which should have been enough to withstand a full-force strike from a 3-star Do Xian early-stage expert, had been breached at one corner by the mysterious creature. The light's protection formed a special energy light barrier 3 meters around Liu Qing's body, weakening all attacks harmful to her and providing defense. Yet such a powerful defense had been cracked by this mysterious being, just barely missing Liu Qing's body. This left the others with an uneasy sense of fear toward the Guardian's strength. Are you okay? Xiao Yan helped Liu Qing up and asked gently. I'm fine. I think I know what this creature is now, Liu Qing said, catching her breath, then smiled. Xiao Yan was startled. Even with his soul power, which was near the immortal realm, he couldn't recognize the true form of the Guardian. Liu Qing, whose soul power was far weaker than his, how could she know? You think my screams were for nothing? Liu Qing rolled her eyes at Xiao Yan, then said in an annoyed tone, Could it be? Xiao Yan's eyes suddenly lit up. Once they knew the Guardian's name, with their vast experience, they would certainly find a way to deal with it. It's a special kind of creature. It's neither a soul beast nor human. In the ghost realm, it has a special name. The three-eyed ghost pupil. Liu Qing's voice, filled with a strange power, lingered in the air, echoing in their minds for a long time. What? The three-eyed ghost pupil? Hearing Liu Qing's certainty, Lei Shi and Yu Yifeng couldn't help but exclaim in disbelief. The three-eyed ghost pupil. This creature was so unique that it was widely known in the ghost realm. The most challenging aspect here is the eerie gaze of the three-eyed ghost pupil. Though the three-eyed ghost pupil is not particularly strong in terms of raw power, it's a unique entity composed entirely of a peculiar energy reminiscent of a soul. Its most terrifying aspect is its ghost pupil power, its soul energy. The three-eyed ghost pupil wields a distinct power from each of its 3 eyes. The power of one eye is relatively weak, while 3 eyes unleash its full might. To date, no human who has encountered a three-eyed ghost pupil has survived. All have become its sustenance. From ancient times, the three-eyed ghost pupil has been a dominant force in soul power. No equal-ranked opponent can withstand its soul-based attacks when it uses all 3 eyes. Soul energy, inherently elusive and difficult to defend against, becomes even deadlier in the hands of a creature that specializes in soul attacks. What should we do now? Yu Yifeng asked gravely, glancing at Xiao Yan and Liu Qing's serious expressions. This creature has only unleashed the power of one eye so far, and it's merely at the 2-star Do Xian level. If the four of us combine our strength, we should be able to take it down. If we spot it, don't hold back, strike with everything we've got. If it has the chance to unleash the power of 2 or 3 eyes, none of us will survive, Xiao warned, his tone heavy with urgency. It can't be that powerful. Can it, little brother? You're close to achieving an immortal soul, Lei Shi remarked, somewhat in disbelief. True, I am close to an immortal soul level, but the three-eyed ghost pupil is a genuine immortal soul creature. The strength of its soul power shifts between its 1-eye, 2-eye, and 3-eye states, Xiao replied, shaking his head. I'll set up a soul barrier to protect you, but don't get complacent. This shield can only guard against its 1-eye state soul attacks. Even I can't withstand the power of 2 eyes, he added, as a formless energy spread around them, creating a protective barrier that gradually mitigated the harmful effects on their do-chi within this realm. Watch out, it's coming again. Xiao pupils narrowed as he fixed his gaze on a faint presence behind them, where a strong soul fluctuation appeared. Show yourself. Light. Liu Qing, equally shaken by the recent events, summoned her radiant light-type do-chi at Xiao command. Instantly, a brilliant light filled the space, revealing the lurking creature to their sight. It's indeed using 1 eye. Liu Qing murmured as the 3-eyed ghost pupil materialized under the light. Now standing less than 10 meters away, the 3-eyed ghost pupil had no discernible shape, only a lone, eerie eye that floated in the void. Within its pupil, a deep blue aura swirled, exuding a chilling, boundless energy that struck fear into those who looked upon it. It has no form because its true essence is merely the 3 eyes themselves. Right now, it's only using 1 eye, and its power is limited to the 2-star Docian level, so defeating it shouldn't be too difficult. 1 eye is manageable, but if it releases the power of 2, things will get far more complicated, Xiao said, shivering under the imposing force of an immortal soul's presence. What if it uses all 3? Liu Qing asked. If it reaches 3 eyes, we run. No treasure or mission is worth our lives, Xiao replied, shaking his head at her question. It's really that strong? Yifeng asked, surprised. The 3-eyed ghost pupil's ultimate power lies in the convergence of all 3 eyes. If that happens, its soul strength would peak, and even if I risked my life, our chances would be less than 10%, Xiao said solemnly. Attack now. Don't give it time to gather its soul power. Even at 1 eye, its soul attacks are no trivial matter, Xiao warned, sensing a faint ripple of soul energy from the deep blue pupil. Feng Qianren. Lei Mang. Crash. The duo's attacks were exceptionally forceful, reaching the deep blue pupil in just a single breath. Whoosh whoosh. In response, a mournful wail echoed through the entire space, a terrifying soul attack emanating from the deep blue pupil. Thud. Despite its apparent strength, the soul attack did no harm to the group, only stripping away the soul protection that Xiao had applied. Glug, glug, glug. The blue pupil trembled violently, letting out strange noises. Circles of dark blue liquid began to well up, intertwining fiercely with the attacks of Yifeng and Lei Shi. This beast, what a ferocious attack! Yifeng cursed, struggling to hold his ground against the blue pupil. Captain, this thing's power is surging. What now? The deep blue pupil's energy began to rise visibly, reaching the level of a 3-star Docian within moments. The void around it trembled, as though something was about to emerge. Not good. Strike now. This signals the appearance of the 2nd eye. Xiao, who had been silently gathering his soul energy, felt the shift and his expression changed. The strength of the 3-eyed ghost pupil's 1st eye was merely at the level of a 2-star Docian, but if a 2nd eye appeared, its power would reach that of a 3-star Docian. The soul strength would also increase exponentially. The 4 of them could easily handle 1 eye, but facing 2 eyes would cut their odds of success below 50%. At that moment, a flicker of unease clouded the 4's faces. Eerie sound of oblivion. Xiao, unwilling to sit idle, focused intensely. A massive attack of pure soul energy suddenly surged toward the first deep blue pupil. This guy, he's strong. Liu Qing, standing near Xiao Yin, was visibly astonished by his strike. Impressive. I didn't expect you to hide such strength. Fall back. Yue Feng saw Xiao Yan's move and swiftly retreated, distancing himself from the first eye. Crash. Hit by Xiao Yan's fierce soul attack, even the powerful three-eyed ghost pupil couldn't withstand it unscathed. The deep blue liquid surrounding the eye moved to fend off Xiao Yan's soul force. Boom. The intense soul shockwaves rippled outward from the space around the first eye, spreading into invisible waves of energy. Damn. Miscalculated. Xiao Yan cursed as the deep blue of the eye turned blood red. A whirlpool began to form next to it, slowly swirling into view. Xiao Yan realized that his soul attack should have been able to destroy the first eye of the three-eyed ghost pupil instantly. But at the last moment, the eye had used all its power to resist most of Xiao Yan's attack. Although it was gravely injured, it had gained enough time for the second eye to appear. With the second eye's arrival, the first eye had fulfilled its purpose. How is this possible? Watching a sickly yellow eye emerge beside the weakened first eye, everyone felt a sudden wave of dread. The second eye was overwhelmingly stronger than the first, not only in the power of a 3-star Do Xian, but also with a soul force that had reached the level of the immortal realm. Xiao Yin, my friend, Yue Feng called out urgently, seeing Xiao Yan's strain. He was now crucial to their survival. Any harm to Xiao Yin could spell doom for them all. Miscalculated. Xiao Yin coughed violently, his gaze fixed on the eerie yellow of the second eye. He felt an oppressive weight upon his soul that sharply weakened his own soul power. Boom, boom, boom. As the yellow second eye appeared, it sensed the blood-red first eye nearby and exuded a ferocious, beast-like aura. This second eye, it's beyond overpowering, Lei Shi muttered, feeling an instinctive urge to kneel before the gaze of the yellow pupil. Without Xiao Yan's soul shield, those of them with weaker soul defenses would have been instantly crushed by the second eye's oppressive soul force. Are you all right? Liu Qing asked, seeing Xiao Yan struggling. Xiao Yan was also in a difficult situation. On one hand, he had to resist the soul pressure from the second eye's spiritual attack, and on the other hand, he had to constantly release his own soul power to protect Yue Feng and the others. It was no easy task. Though Yue Feng and the others had weak soul power, they were still genuine 2-star and 3-star Do Xian level experts. As long as they could withstand the second eye's soul attack and unleash their lightning techniques, they would be able to completely annihilate the three-eyed ghost pupil. SSSSS. After a while, the eerie yellow pupils of the second eye suddenly went wild, emitting a shrill sound. Under this piercing sound, the others felt as if their heads were buzzing, and the intense pain in their minds made them cry out. The excruciating pain made it extremely difficult to condense their Do Qi. This guy. Xiao Yin gritted his teeth, enduring the immense agony while trying to figure out how to deal with it. Undoubtedly, the strength and soul power displayed by the second eye were far beyond what any of Xiao Yan's group could withstand. Yue Feng was strong, at the mid 3-star Do Xian level. If he could fully charge up his powerful Do technique, he could easily destroy the three-eyed ghost pupil. However, the problem was that under such intense soul torment and pressure, Xiao Yin couldn't guarantee that Yue Feng would not be disturbed. Yue Feng's strength was formidable, but if his powerful Do technique were interrupted, all would be in vain. As for Xiao Yin, while he could use his various methods to block the soul torment, he knew that with his current strength and Do techniques, he had no way to threaten the three-eyed ghost pupil, leaving him in a state of helplessness. Xiao Yin, help me block the soul attack. I'll give it a try. If I can't manage, we'll have to rely on you to directly confront the second eye in a soul battle. Liu Qing spoke softly. All right. Xiao Yin immediately agreed upon hearing this. Clearly, Liu Qing's status was not low, and she must have some hidden abilities. However, Xiao Yin was still somewhat surprised by what Liu Qing said about a soul battle. A soul battle meant a one-on-one confrontation using soul power. Xiao Yin, however, would only use this method as a last resort, as it was extremely costly. If one wasn't careful, soul damage could harm the essence of one's being, which would affect one's future advancement. Moreover, Xiao Yin was just a step away from attaining an immortal soul, while the second eye's soul power had already reached the immortal realm level. Even if Xiao Yin were to engage in a soul battle, his chances of winning were slim. Netherworld Heavenly Wrath. Once again, using his soul attack, Xiao Yin cleverly isolated the angry sound. Then, without regard for Yu Yifeng and the others, his radiant soul power was directed to protect Liu Qing. With this action, Liu Qing felt that the soul torment released by the second eye seemed to be minimized by Xiao Yin. At this moment, Liu Qing could confidently begin casting her Do techniques. My master once said that Do techniques should never be used unless absolutely necessary, but the situation now is too dangerous. If I don't use them, we might get stuck here. Liu Qing spoke softly, her voice tinged with strange murmurs. With the most devout heart of a faithful follower of the Holy Court, I pray to you, morning dawn, twilight of light. Ancient chants slowly flowed from Liu Qing's lips, and suddenly, waves of milky white Buddhist chants surged from her body, as if she were a devotee of light, bathing in a world of radiance. This, borrowing strength? Xiao Yin, feeling the dense light elements suddenly filling the space, couldn't help but exclaim in surprise. This girl, she must be from the higher-ups of the Holy Court. We can't let her go. Right now, I have a way to activate the third eye of the three-eyed ghost pupil, SSS. The three-eyed ghost pupil was also my original goal. If I can capture it and send it to the higher-ups of the Ghost King realm, I will be well rewarded. But if I can also take down a high-ranking member of the Holy Court and the Hawkeye Squad, I might just show them some respect. Ghost Soul, wait for me. Once I draw out the third eye, I'll come to save you. An evil voice came from somewhere in the void. What is this power? It's so strong. After Xiao Yin withdrew his soul protection, Yu Yifeng and Lei Shi both felt even greater pain. But when they saw Liu Qing murmuring some incantations, like a saint bathed in the light of the elements, they couldn't help but exclaim in awe. SSS. Seeing the changes on Liu Qing, the second eye, filled with eerie yellow, suddenly became agitated. The shrill soul torment erupted again, attempting to resist Liu Qing's Do technique. Netherworld Heavenly Wrath. Xiao Yan's soul power was indeed not as formidable as the second eye's, but if he wanted to protect someone, the second eye would probably be unable to stop him. This girl, she's likely a genius from the Holy Court. At such a young age, she can already master such advanced Do skills. Truly extraordinary talent, the Devourer of Souls remarked. Such an exceptional disciple. I wonder who her master is. Is it the Cardinal of the Holy Court, the High Priest, or even the Pope? The Devourer of Souls couldn't help but exclaim. Clearly, the soul-borrowing technique, which was so advanced, required not only high status and innate talent, but also a position of power within the Holy Court to even have the chance to learn it. Senior, what is this? Xiao Yin asked, noticing the terrifying aura emanating from Liu Qing. Liu Qing's strength seemed to be at the late stage of one-star Do Xian, or perhaps even the peak of it, but after using the special soul-borrowing technique, her power seemed to have faintly broken through to 3-star Do Xian. Even Xiao Yin, who had seen many secret methods of power enhancement, had never heard of one that could raise someone's level by 2 whole stages. This is a special method, or rather, a Do skill. The Holy Court's angels are their most devout followers, and this technique is a form of borrowing power from the angels to strengthen oneself. Don't be deceived by how strong this girl appears now. This level of soul borrowing is actually the lowest in the Holy Court. It temporarily enhances the user's strength, but the highest form of soul borrowing can summon angels to fight alongside the user. Even at the lowest level, only the true high-ranking members of the Holy Court can access it. So this girl's background is not simple, the Devourer of Souls said in astonishment. I see, Xiao Yin nodded, though he still sensed that every time the Devourer of Souls spoke of the angelic clan, it was filled with respect, but when it came to the Holy Court, there was a trace of hostility. I once had the fortune to face off against the Pope of the Holy Court. I witnessed him using soul borrowing to actually summon angels to fight alongside him, the Devourer of Souls remarked. Who won that battle? Xiao Yin immediately asked. It was a draw. The soul-devouring talisman is my possession. Back then, Even though the Pope summoned angels to fight with him, I was able to activate the full power of the soul-devouring talisman, barely breaking through his attack, resulting in a draw. However, the Pope's strength is truly formidable. After all these years, I wonder if he's reached that level. The Devourer of Souls said, trailing off into silence. These guys are really terrifying. Xiao Yin thought, nodding inwardly, already suspecting that the Devourer of Souls and the Pope were probably nearing the peak of their powers. Xiao Yin, it's time. Liu Qing spoke softly, noticing that Xiao Yin had overextended his soul power. How confident are you? Xiao Yin asked, looking at Liu Qing, who was bathed in a soft, milky white aura. I've used some methods to temporarily enhance my strength and my control over light-based powers, Liu Qing replied. I only have one chance. If I land the hit, there's a 90% chance of eradicating it. But if it dodges... Liu Qing, looking like a saintess of light, spoke slowly, clearly wary, even with such powerful means. Wait for the right moment. I'll create the opening for you. Xiao Yin roared, then his soul power surged back into his body, preparing for a possible second strike. Lei Shi, protect Miss Liu Qing. Xiao Yin, I'll fight alongside you. Yu Yifeng and Lei Shi exchanged a glance. They knew that now was not the time to hesitate. ZZZT. At Lei Shi's command, silver lightning crackled, surrounding both him and Liu Qing, forming an electric field. With this electric barrier, the soul torture from the second eye was significantly weakened. Wind soaring technique. Yu Yifeng erupted, his body soaring into the air as a blade of hurricane-force wind formed in his hands, hurtling towards the second eye with immense force. Whoosh! The cyan wind blade, formed with Yu Yifeng's tremendous power, actually caused slight rifts in the surrounding space. Thud. The yellow pupil of the second eye seemed to offer no defense, trying to receive Yu Yifeng's attack effortlessly. Humph! Dare to take my attack head-on? Fall. With a powerful strike, Yu Yifeng's Do Qi became chaotic, clearly drained by the attack. This won't work. The second eye ignores all physical attacks, Gulu. As expected, Yu Yifeng's seemingly unstoppable attack that could destroy everything was, upon touching the yellow pupil of the second eye, completely pierced through and vanished into this boundless realm. How is that possible? Witnessing this, Yu Yifeng's face twisted in dismay. Just keep an eye on Liu Qing. This opponent is mine alone. Xiao Yin sighed helplessly before his gaze turned deep and resolute, and a surge of overwhelming battle intent erupted from within him. Swish, swish. The yellow pupil of the second eye, having observed the four of them for some time, realized that only Xiao Yin and Liu Qing posed any danger to it. Since Liu Qing was now protected by the others, it resolved to eliminate Xiao Yin first. Swoosh. The yellow pupil of the second eye, a formidable force of soul power at the immortal realm level, constricted tightly and launched a direct assault on Xiao Yin. A spatial bind made from soul power? Huh? That won't work on me. Netherworld finger. Netherworld palm. Netherworld heavenly wrath. Xiao Yin unleashed a rapid series of Do skills effortlessly, and the soul power restraining him dissipated in an instant. It's not over yet. Easily blocking the second eye's initial attack, Xiao Yin showed no sign of stopping. His pupils narrowed, and he shot forward at high speed, his brilliant soul power erupting around his body as he launched a fierce counterattack toward the second eye's position. The way he looked, he was clearly aiming to settle the score. Xiao Yin, whether you live or die this time, it all depends on you.